Hello everyone, welcome to LFC Red Forever channel. Tonight's episode is episode 6 of Late Night Let's Talk LFC. As you guys are all aware, the season's going to be upon us very, very soon. Everyone is back for pre-season and it's very interesting. It's very interesting about Liverpool this season, especially we only bought one player. We need more than one player, as I always say. And please hit that subscribe button, please hit that notification button, and please hit that like button. So let's talk about this, people. Let's do this. Yes, people. Back to LFC Red Forever channel finally. Been away, obviously, during the Euros to do some coverage for UFT Unscripted Football Talk. It was fantastic. I enjoyed it. We went to Wembley. We met up with some of the YouTubers like Robbie from AFTV and Kyle Walker from Sky Sports News. So, yes, we've done a lot of stuff on the other channel. But I have to be back on my one, supporting my team at, Liverpool FC. That's what I'm here for at the end of the day. And lots to talk about, people. Obviously, the players are back in training. The manager is back. But what's next for us? What do we need to compete with City, Manchester United, Chelsea, who are the top four with us, obviously, along with us? Like, what's next for Liverpool next season? And are we going to buy any more players? It's all about speculation at the moment. It's nothing to do with us buying players. Yes, we bought Kanate. That's because we needed a player to play in defense. And especially what happened to us last season. A lot of problems at the back. A lot of issues at the back, in the back line. And we took risks in the past with Van Dijk and co, thinking they're going to stay fit forever. That never happens in football. When you take risks, you get punished, and that's what happened to us last season. I honestly think if we kept our players fit last season, we would have won the league again, because 86 points, Man City winning it by... Nah, it's not on, man. It's not on. You're logging into... Yeah. Okay. Loving the intro. Thanks, bro. I'm learning... You know what I'm doing? Football Centric. I'm learning things. Once I complete with one, I know how to do the visual aspects of things and, moving pictures and all that stuff. I learned the next thing. Now I'm getting to the music thing. So with Laser's help, I learn a lot as well. I got to give him credit as well for that. John, hi, Fozzie. How are you? I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm just looking forward to the new season, bro. And what's next for us? What do you guys want? Let me ask you guys a question out there. What positions do we need strengthening in? What positions do we need first teamers in? Like, we need players to be in there from the start. I don't want to see players playing on the bench. Like, I'm asking you guys a question. What players do you need and what positions? Please put in the live chat, and I'll obviously relay it back to you if you're right, if I'm wrong, or whatever it is. Yeah. So I was thinking, like, when we're talking about Liverpool, we know what we need. We need an out-and-out striker. We need another winger. Why don't we ever, like when you look in the Premier League, guys, boys and girls, why don't we ever have like an out-and-out wingers anymore? Like a right foot on the right wing, a left foot on the left wing. cross balls in, surprise teams, show teams different directions, you know what I mean, and shock them. Why don't we ever do that? We're just this, like with Liverpool at the moment, we're one-dimensional. We could do more with this formation, and we could do more with these players. But if I just don't get it. I honestly don't get it. We just play the same way season in and season out, and people find you out. That's how it happens. You don't think other teams don't study. Look what Leeds United's manager done. He studied other teams in the past. He went to their training ground and took photographs of it, and like video shots of it. That's what teams do. Why can't we like change formations? Why can't we do different directions? We always play like 4-3-3, 4-3-3. What about 4-5 something else or something, or 3 at the back and then wing backs and things like that? Change the game, shock teams, make sure they are like when they see you on the pitch, they don't expect to see that. That's what I think. That's what I want for next season, if you know what I mean, people. Football Century say Amor, Sanchez, Saul, Tielemans for Liverpool. That's a lot of players, bro. That's a lot of players, but we've got to replace Wijnaldum, as you know. Like, Wijnaldum has left people, and that was one of our mainstay in the first team. Believe it or not, Wijnaldum brought a lot to this team, people. Wijnaldum brought a lot to this team. I'll tell you why. He stays fit every season. He's always there in the big games. He's always like when you need him in the defensive midfielder role, he goes and plays there. If you want him to play an attack, he plays there. So why haven't we got anyone else that type of midfielder? Because I'm not putting my all eggs like in the Keita basket. That ain't never gonna happen because that guy is hardly fit. You know what I mean? We need something else, people. We need a player that could track back, like help out the team more. Okay, when the front three score and we always get in the lead or whatever it is, and then that dries out. What happens after that? Where is the midfield goals coming from? Please answer me that question. Where are the midfield goals? Because I don't see any other people scoring goals, if you know what I mean. We need more more different directions other than just a straightforward one. Yes, a lot of players are coming back from injury, but other than that, what have we achieved? Have we got any new players? No. And FSG can't get away with this, people. People think like we just forgot about what happened last season when they didn't buy the players at the right time. They bought us 2 centre-backs at the final day of the transfer, and one of them didn't even play, and one of them is already going back. So basically, both centre-backs are failures. Am I right or not, people? If one of them is going back to his old club and we didn't buy him, and the other one doesn't hardly play, that means both players are failures. So they didn't even work. It's only the players that's already there, like Reece Williams and Nat Phillips. They're the only ones that actually came through, and they are from the youth system. You know what I'm saying, people? That's what I'm trying to get at here. What have we achieved last season? Nothing. Well, we bought Konate, but that is it. I mean, it's just another cover in centre-backs. Matip's still staying there. Phillips, I believe, is not going anywhere yet. Van Dijk is back. Gomez is back. And then you got all the cover guys. I mean, Reece Williams and Cole. So what have we got beyond that? There's nothing, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, this is what I don't understand with FSG. Did they think we forgot about last season? Did they think we forgot about we were struggling throughout the season with the limited players we had? You can't rely on injury-prone players, people, because it will always backfire. So let's look at the team here. This is the team we have this season. Obviously, Alisson in goal. I can't argue with that. He's fit sometimes, he's not fit sometimes. You know how it is with Alisson. Adrian as our second choice with Kelleher. That's not bad, yeah? But I thought we needed a stronger goalkeeper in second place. Yes, Kelleher is the future, but we need stronger than that. We need someone who's going to push Alisson in goalkeeping position. And I don't see any of them two competing for that position. Van Dijk, Konate, Gomez, Tsimikas, Andy Robertson, Ben Davis, Matip, Reece Williams, Nat Phillips, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Nico Williams. Okay. Everybody knows. Everybody's partnership next season is going to be Van Dijk and Konate. Am I right or not? Yes. Let me see what Football Century say. Football Century, pick one of the 4. We ain't buying all of them. Oh, yeah. I'll get what you mean about Amor and Sanchez and that. Yeah. So you look at the defense. You look at all these defenders. What's the options that we can have in all over the places, yeah? So if Matip stays fit, he will compete with Van Dijk and Konate. Yes, Nat Phillips might play him in the cup games. Like I said, we need to get into the cup games and we need to win the domestics. I want to win domestic cups, people. I don't know what you think. The more trophies you win in your club, the more like trophy cabinets build up, and the more you're successful as a club, if you know what I mean. Your trophy counts. It always counts, people, whether you like it or not. Tsimikas and Robertson. I think we need to see more of Tsimikas next season, 100%. There's no doubt about that. Ben Davies, I don't know what he's doing here, people. Can someone explain to me in the live chat, what is Ben Davies doing here? Because is he going to play for us, or is he just going to be on the bench? Is that the only player that's never going to play? That's never going to play for Liverpool. We bought him for the first team. He's never going to play for Liverpool. You know what I mean? And you got Joel Matip. Joel Matip is a world-class defender, whether you like it or not. Joel Matip is a world-class defender, people. I'll tell you why. Hardly anyone gets past him. Hardly gets troubled. The only thing that lets him down is the injuries. And that's been happening since day one he's been at Liverpool. So are we going to rely on him next season? I don't think so. Reece Williams. Great what he done for us last season, especially at Old Trafford, that 4-2 win. But what more do we expect from him with a lack of experience? Loan. That's what we need for him. He needs to be loaned out. Nat Phillips, if anyone proved themselves and deserves a Champions League spot, is that guy. Everybody trashed him. Everybody. I'm not saying including me. I said give the guy a chance. Everybody trashed Nat Phillips last season before he even played in the team. Everybody, and then he ended up being a hero to everyone. Everybody trashed him. But people don't understand. If a player plays in his normal position on a regular basis, you will get rewards at the end of it, which we did, people. And he is a good backup. He's an excellent backup. Trent Alexander-Arnold. What more can I say about him? He plays good. He plays bad. He got out of the England team, then he started playing good again. So do you need that to start playing your way? I don't know. I don't know what to make out of him, people. But like I said, we've got Virgil van Dijk, Konate, Joe Matip, and Phillips. So we've got all those four players at the back there. I think Joe Gomez should compete more with Trent. Push Trent from the back. Make sure someone's behind him telling him, like, if you put your foot off the gas, I'm here to take your place. And Gomez can do that. He could compete for both positions, obviously centre back and that, but more of Trent's position. Nico Williams, I'm sorry, people, he's just not up to the job. It's time to go and find yourself a new club. I tried to give him a chance. I tried to say he deserves to be in the first team eventually, compete with Trent, but his quality just showed in the Euros. He's not all there, people. Maybe he needs a first team, play somewhere else, play on a regular basis, and he could find out himself how good he is. Football Sanctuary says Ben Davies has been loosely linked with Celtic. I think he was linked with Celtic before Liverpool, to be fair, mate. He was on his way to go. He was on the way to going to Celtic, but Liverpool hijacked that move, if you know what I mean. So let's look at the midfield. Whoa. Let's look at the midfield. Okay, Fabinho, Thiago Silva, James Milner, Naby Keita, Jordan Henderson, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Marco Grujic, Curtis Jones, Shaqiri, Ben Woodburn, and Harry Wilson. If this is the midfield of a championship team, then we're in more trouble than we first four people. That's our midfield, people. Look at it. That's our midfield, man. After the first teamers, what's left? Nothing, which is scary. That's what I said to you. FSG cannot get away with this murder they're causing to us, man. So Fabinho is obviously going to be our central midfielder, defensive midfielder all time, but he's injury prone. He's not always going to be there. And then you got Thiago. Thiago or Fabinho, when they play together, has anyone seen the change in Thiago? Has anyone with lenses like this? Have you seen the change in Thiago? We've won every game those two played in the middle together. Fabinho stepped back in the Leeds game to play as a centre back. We drew that game. When he plays in the midfield again, we win games. So you can see the difference, because Thiago thinks he has to do a 3-man's job when he's not in the midfield with Fabinho. So yeah, I want Fabinho to play in his normal position. Obviously, he's going to be injury hit now and again because he always goes. Cause it's the tackles he goes for. It's the tackles he goes for that will injure him. And then you got people forget about Thiago Alcantara. Thiago Alcantara, before he came to Liverpool, played as a defensive midfielder for Bayern Munich. Think about that, people. Like where Fabinho plays, he plays in that position as well. So he can play more than one position. Before everyone says like he's just a passer off the ball, he ain't. He could play as a defensive midfielder as well. But like I said, when those two play together, we're a different team. James Milner is coming to the end, people. It's coming to the end. Let's be honest here. He's good for team morale, motivating the players around him. But other than that, what use have we got for him on the pitch if he's not, fully in of his age? Like his age catches up with him sometimes because he has to play multiple games and he gets tired a lot. That's what worries me about James Milner, people. Please tell me, you feel free in the live chat. Let me know what you think of James Milner. Do you think he's on his final legs? This is his final season? Or does he still got like a couple of years left in him in the first team? Naby Keita, you know how I feel about him, people. You know how I feel about Naby Keita. I love him before he came to Liverpool. But after that, he's just dissolved. He doesn't exist anymore. It's like a hologram in the damn pitch, man. He's injured before he even kicks a ball, people. Naby Keita on a regular basis. You know what I mean? And I'm tired of it. He even went to a training camp by himself in the winter to get himself fit so he could play in the first team again, came back again and got injured again. That's what we get with Naby Keita. I don't think his career is ever going to take over at Liverpool. I think it's time to go. I think it's time to find a new home. And we've got Henderson next. Obviously, Henderson is our captain, our leader, our main man in Liverpool terms. But he doesn't stay fit either, people. Hence why we need another player in that middle. Listen, I want a number 10. Why don't we ever since Coutinho left, obviously we went for Fekir, but Fekir deal broke through. So why don't we get another? Obviously we've got Shaqiri, but Shaqiri doesn't last the pace of the season, you know what I mean? Why don't we get a proper number 10 that can create and, run up and down in the midfield? There's players like that around. Why don't we go for players like that? So Oxlade-Chamberlain we moved to. Everybody knows about Oxlade. Hardly fit. Hardly sustains the whole season. He's always going to be in and out. What I like about Oxlade-Chamberlain is he covers the whole pitch and he can cover as a right back position as well or left back. But does he stay fit for the season? I don't think so. And this season is make or break for him, I believe, for Oxlade-Chamberlain. I think this season is going to show if he's here for the long term or if he's here for the short term. That's all I can say about Oxlade-Chamberlain. Grujic, I think a lot of transfer targets are on him at the moment. I don't think he's going to be a Liverpool player anytime soon. I think this summer he'll be gone. Curtis Jones, yes, he's got the number 17, but what does he do further than that? Not much, in my opinion. I think he's better loaned out somewhere. He could learn his trade and understand his position more, if you know what I mean. Because when he plays in the middle for us, he slows the team down a lot. And everybody can see that. I don't need to explain that. Curtis Jones slows down the team. I've seen him a couple of times when we're 2 on 3 going forward, turns back and passes it all the way back. You know what I mean? Come on, 2 on 3. Like 3 of us going forward and 2 defenders, and he passes it all the way back to the defense. That's what I don't want to see. You know what I mean? So maybe next season, if he goes on loan, probably in the first division like Mount and all them did, learn about how to play your position and come back stronger, maybe that's a good option for him. We move on to Shaqiri. Shaqiri, everybody knows I love Shaqiri, but he doesn't last the season. He's always injured. He's got those big calves that always get injured for some reason. You saw him in the Euros, people. He was excellent. He was outstanding, but they kept on taking him off, which shows even the national team don't trust him for 90 minutes. Yeah, it's time to go for him, unfortunately. I think we need a replacement for Shaqiri. I think we need like I said, a proper number 10 that can open up defenders when they're deep line defending, so we know our way around it. And yeah, I think it's time for him to find a new club. Ben Woodburn, not for me. Harry Wilson, it's time to go. We move on to the forwards. So you got Firmino, Mane, Salah, Takumi Minamino, Divock Origi, Shea Ojo, and you got Harvey Elliott, and you got Mr. Toyoe or something like that. I don't know how to say his name, but you know what I mean. Yeah, so you got these strikers. Obviously, in the club. But these guys have been the strikers for years. What's beyond this? Like why don't we improve? Yes, we got Jota last season, but what's next after this, people? That's what I'm looking for. Like, what do we need? In my honest opinion, we need a guy who can score goals on a regular basis. Like, let me tell you why. You look at that Real Madrid game last season and the chances we had at Anfield. We're missing so many chances. If we had a guy who's a proper number 9 that could put the ball in the back of the net, can you imagine what we would be? We could be in the final. We could be in a final. We faced Chelsea, we beat Chelsea, could have been in the final of the Champions League, but we messed it up. We absolutely messed it up, and it's continuing with the same strike force. But listen, I'm not here. Sorry, people, just looking at my phone. I'm not here to. I'm not here to trash players. If you know what I mean. We can do better. We can do better than what we got. You know what I mean? We can do better than what we got, and buy some more solid players up front. If you know what I mean. I don't know who's out there, and I mean all the good players I've taken. You got what? Haaland, you got Mbappe. It's beyond our reach, those players. And I mean, the financial side is too much to take if we're going to go for those type of players. And I can't see us going for them, to be fair, honestly. I think we'll go below that. But going forward, like Haaland and Mbappe, it's beyond our reach. We need quality up front, people. Like, don't get me wrong, Salah scores over 20 goals a season. Mane scores over 15 goals a season. Firmino scores 10 or 11 a season. Jota got a few, but he was injured majority of it. Origi, non-existent. He needs to go. Shea Ojo shouldn't be here anymore. So we got to look into things like that. We need some solid players to challenge for that strike force position, if you know what I mean, people. Yeah, so that's all I got to say about the team. But the thing I want to know is what do we have to do to challenge City, Man United, Chelsea, and the rest for next season? Because everybody's going to strengthen. Everybody is going to strengthen in the league next season, people. Everybody's going to strengthen. So, like, Arsenal's going to strengthen. Man United's going to strengthen. Everton's going to strengthen, like with Rafa Benitez as a manager. Man City's going to strengthen. Aguero's gone, so who's going to come in? I mean, Aguero's gone, so who's going to come in? Man United already bought Sancho this season. So Tottenham as well with Nuno Sanchez. They're going to strengthen. They're going to probably buy a lot of Portuguese players like he always does. So that's what you got to look at. All our rivals will strengthen for next season. But what's our aim? What do we have to do to compete with these people? Because we almost lost the Champions League spot last season, people. As you guys are all aware, we nearly lost the Champions League spot last season, and we can't go through that again. I don't want to go through that again. Like, we were celebrating a Champions League spot last season, people. Who wants to do things like that? I mean, we should be challenging and winning titles. That's what I want my Liverpool team to do on a regular basis. And don't forget, people, like, Klopp is not going to be here forever. Like, 2024, Klopp is gone. He ain't going to be here anymore. And it's time for people to realize that. It's tough. It's really tough, people. Yes, that's my opinion, obviously, on Liverpool's end. We do need a striker. We need another winger that's going to challenge for the white spots. We need a number 10 that's going to compete in the middle, probably get us a goal as well, take set pieces, challenge for more stuff, you know what I mean, in the team. That's what we need in our team as well. I've got 6 more minutes to go, people. If you're on the actual watching live, please put your comments through. Like, what do you guys think we need for next season? Because I'm only giving my opinion. I want to hear your opinion. What do you think, like, we need? Do we need another centre back? Do we need another right back? Do we need another goalkeeper? Do we need another central midfielder? Do we need a striker? Do we need wide players? What do you want? I mean, because I know what I want. Like I said, I want a striker, a wide player, a number 10. And I don't want no right back or left backs, anything like that, because we've got enough in the club. So what do you guys need? That's what I want to know, because your opinion counts as well. Yeah, that's pretty much about it. Would be about Liverpool for next season. And it's tough to take, honestly. It's tough to take with FSG. FSG is those type of owners that will, like, buy you a player and just to make you lose focus of what's actually happening in the club. That's what they do. So they bought Kanate. What's next? Nothing, because they're not going to buy any more players. Think about that, people. They are good. They're businessmen. They are like billionaires. That's what they do in their board. They will rob someone and without them knowing. That's what they do. That's what pisses me off. And us lot can't react like just accepting it on a regular basis. Yes, 10 years ago they saved us. That's over. Thank you very much. I don't want another stand. I want to see our team win trophies. What's more important, another stand or winning trophies? A stand we're not even going to be in because it's going to be for tourism and things like that. That's what the stand's going to be for at the end of the day. It's not for me and you. I'll bid for tickets every season. I don't get what I deserve. There you go. So that's what worries me about FSG, people. And is Kanate the final signing? Is it the final nail on the coffin? Is that it? I believe so, because that's what they do. And Klopp is that they're so lucky they got a manager like Klopp, because Klopp is that kind of manager that's it just works with anything. He doesn't really care. If you give him like mannequins, he will make something out of it, and he will win matches with it. That's how he is. That's Klopp. That's what Klopp does, people. As I said, please put your comments through if you're watching and have your say as well. I have been away from this channel for a while. I'm glad I'm back. It's my comfort zone, isn't it? At the end of the day, Liverpool is my football club. That's my comfort zone, and me talking about them, I love it. I enjoy it. I supported them for over 40 years at the end of the day. And one more thing before I go, people. Me and Laser on UFT, and especially on Instagram on LFC Red Forever and UFT, we've been talking about racism a lot, like what's been happening with Sacco, Sterling, and Rashford and Sancho. Before we overthink things, think about life in general, people. Put yourself in their situation. What would you think if people shout abuse at you on a regular basis because of the color of your skin, your background, and all that stuff? That's what you need to look at before you have your judgment on it. It's just wrong. It's wrong, and not only that, people, they're kids. They are kids. At the end of the day, that's someone's son. I mean, and they're watching. Their parents are watching people who were worshiping them before the last game turn on them. You know what I mean? They're not the only. Look at World Cup 90. Chris Waddle, Mr. Penalty. Stuart Pearce, Mr. Penalty. Euro 96, Gareth Southgate, Mr. Penalty. Gareth Southgate, Mr. Penalty. Nobody and nobody said anything about it. Look at David Batty in World Cup 98. The same thing. You know what I mean? A lot of players miss penalties, but you don't hear racial abuse on a regular basis, and it's weird. We're in 2021 and we're still facing the same issues that we faced in the 70s, 60s, 80s, whatever it is. Those decades have gone by. We have to grow up, people. We have to grow up, because it's not fair. I believe you got to take a stance to it. Kick it out. BLM don't do enough for me, because what have they done? What's changed? It's just the same interviews on TV on a regular basis every year. I'm tired of watching it as well. And it's time for us to do something. I'm not talking about just black people. I think I'm talking about white, Chinese, Asian, whatever. What are we going to do about it? That's what my question is. What are we going to do about it? Are we going to just sit there and accept all this stuff that's happening in the modern day? We defend a lot of stuff in this world we live in, but we don't defend racism as much, in my opinion. You look at when the Super League happened, everybody came out, black, white, Asian, anything. They came out and stopped that. Why can't we all come out together? I'm including our people as well. Why can't we all come out together and try to stop this? Listen, we can't stop every ignorant person that's born into useless stuff like this. Why don't we educate people and plus take it to football and make them understand this can't go on in the modern game? Why don't players as well do protest? Why don't they ever come out and say, I'm not going to play until this gets sorted out? If all black players come out and say that, can you imagine the rewards that will happen? It's not all about money, people. It affects your generations as you go along. You know what I mean? Your kids, your grandkids, your great-grandkids. It affects your name as you go along in life. And I believe if we all come together, even footballers, we could stop this. But it's all down to everyone else, isn't it? It's all down to everyone else. As he says, before I go, yes, Fozzie, you never walk alone. Thanks, Aziz. Thanks for tuning in, mate. Yes, people, like I always say, like, share, subscribe. And if you haven't tuned into this stream, please comment on down below and have your say about it as well, about Liverpool Football Club, and what you think of next season, and about racism as well, because it looks like it's never going to end. It's never going to end. I'm just tired of it, and I think it's time we all stood together as one and say enough. Get rid of this rubbish racism, and footballers take a stand as well. That's what I think anyway. Thanks for tuning in, people. Please, like, share, and subscribe. Share the channel with other people, as I always say, and much appreciated, people, for tuning in. I know, like, it's a late one, and you didn't expect that, but I'm back. I'm back in golden, black, and red. Okay, people. Take care, everyone. See you.